Moving on to Draymond Green, the Golden State Warriors problem. Draymond Green suspended 5 games, so I believe one game was tonight. Tough loss for them against the OKC Thunder. Two teams that are heading in two different directions, in my opinion. I think the Thunders are taking off and moving up. The Warriors might be moving down here. There's a lot of question marks there, especially with Steph Curry, who was recently out, recently came back, played tonight. Looking at this team, I think Steph Curry is the only other guy he's the only guy on the team over 20 points per game. Klay Thompson's struggling. Andrew Wiggins is struggling. Chris Paul is also struggling shooting from the field. He's passing well, but struggling shooting the basketball, and is just trying to figure out what's happening with this team. And Draymond Green, obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone has saw him get Rudy Gobert in a headlock chokehold there the other night when they were facing the Timberwolves. Klay Thompson and Jaden McDaniels got into a scuffle. Whatever. Rudy Gobert made the big-time mistake of grabbing Klay Thompson, obviously around the neck and stuff like that. And Draymond Green came into the aid of his teammate. Whatever the case may be, maybe a little more over-obsessive. I thought it was funny. But obviously, the optics weren't good, and Draymond Green got slapped with a 5-game suspension. Charles Barkley said long ago when he got into the Dr. J and Larry Bird got into the fight, Charles Barkley held Larry Bird, and Dr. J just teed off. And Charles Barkley said he got fined and suspended because they said he helped Dr. J in the fight. And one of the things that he said was, hey, just stand there, don't hold nobody. And I don't think you should grab – in those instances, you should only be looking to stop your teammate and say, hey, let's break this up, whatever the case may be. When you grab the other team, survival mode goes off for everybody else, and that puts them into, hey, we got to stop this. So looking at it from that standpoint, understand why Draymond Green got involved. It looked excessive. The optics didn't look good. Obviously, the memes and everything came out. Of course, that's going to happen with Draymond Green in these type of situations. But looking at this for the Golden State Warriors, obviously Steph Curry's older. Klay Thompson struggling. Andrew Wiggins is struggling. Chris Paul is struggling. Jonathan Kuminga is moving up a little bit, so that's good for the team long-term wise, hopefully. But looking at this team, it's just like, how many times can they survive a Draymond Green situation? Like, how many more of these instances, suspensions, technical fouls, bad fouls, attitude, barking at the ref, how many more times can they survive this? Now, obviously, he's a 4-time champion. He's been monumental to helping the Golden State Warriors reach that pinnacle. No question. But over the course of this, especially right now, when Klay's struggling, Andrew Wiggins, Steph Curry's hobbled a little bit, trying to carry this team, trying to fight through these early season woes. And last year, they were able to overcome it, get to the playoffs, get to the second round, stuff of that nature. But now you're looking at the Western Conference, and especially looking at when the 5-game suspension, he served one tonight. Against OKC, they lost. So now they're on one without him. So now it's just like, how many more times can the Golden State Warriors survive these type of situations where Draymond Green gets into an incident, gets ejected, gets kicked out of games, gets suspended? How many times can they continue to do that? And I believe they said 7 out of the last 11 suspensions for Draymond Green when he got kicked out of a game has been without Steph Curry. And people have joked, hey, he doesn't want to play without Steph Curry. And it's just interesting because now when he's suspended, we saw the other night, when he gets kicked out of the game, he leaves Klay Thompson alone. You know what I mean? And that's part of the trio, that the big three for you guys that have been able to consistently win championships, consistently make playoff runs, things of that nature. And it's just looking at from the optics of that, it's like, how many more times can the Golden State Warriors survive that? And it's tough. And it's really tough to see how much they're going to deal with that. Seeing what direction the Golden State Warriors going forward, because Klay Thompson's contract is up at the end of the season. Draymond Green, I don't know if he's going to be able to survive there and be there in that situation if things continue to go poorly. And they're obviously trying to make another run, trying to get back to championship aspirations. And right now, the team isn't good. I don't know how they bounce back from this in terms of last year, especially with Jordan Poole, the whole incident, the punch, them trying to overcome that. Saying Jordan Poole was the problem, well, Draymond Green basically saying that. Saying the chemistry's better this year and all this other stuff. And it's like, at the end of the day, yeah, that might be true. You might like the people that are there, but this is in the terms of winning. Right now, Klay Thompson's averaging 13.8 points per game. Jonathan Kuminga's averaging 12.2 points per game, 12.3 points per game on 20 minutes. So that's a good positive sign for the Golden State Warriors. But in terms of everybody else, Dario Saric, Andrew Wiggins, Moses Moody, all these other guys that we don't even know. Some of these guys we don't even know. So, what's next for the Golden State Warriors? Klay Thompson's tradability, maybe to a team looking to add some shooting. Miami, potentially. But I just don't know what's going on with this team. I don't see a way that they get significantly better. I don't know how they bounce back from this, especially with Draymond Green's more antics, Steph Curry getting older, Klay Thompson in the slump, Steve Kerr looking like he doesn't know how to coach at this moment. Has also been struggling right now. So that's pretty much it. Just more questions than answers for the Golden State Warriors at this point.